If you turn the plane at a certain angle, it looks like the plane is pooping people. Look at it go. Look at all them people go. All squirted out of the plane's bumhole. Haha, now it is my turn to be the poo. So that's where I'm at today. That's my style of comedy. Poo. Poo. Anyway, this is Modern Warfare Warzone. Or, well, Call of Duty Warzone. Or Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone. Who knows? Well, I mean, people who have paid attention, they would know. I've been playing this for the past couple days and clearly I wasn't paying attention. So I don't even know what it's called. That's about the level of professional criticism that you can expect. In today's Jimpressions video, can you believe I used to write video game reviews? I scarcely do. So this is a Call of Duty Battle Royale. That is the alpha and the omega of the situation. It's Call of Duty Battle Royale. And almost everything you could imagine that being is what this is. And you don't have to imagine all that much. I mean, you've just got to imagine a bog standard Battle Royale game and some Call of Duty shit. And then you've pretty much got it. It's got one interesting idea with its respawn mechanic that we will talk about. But outside of that, this is exactly what you would expect. It's Call of Duty as a Battle Royale. They did this with Black Ops 4 at one point. I didn't play that one because it didn't have a campaign on it, so fuck that for a laugh. So I didn't play that one. I am playing this one. And despite the fact that it is completely unimaginative for 90% of its content and is exactly what anyone could expect from it without anything in the way of a surprise or a delay, I will say it's the most fun I've had playing Call of Duty Online in about 5 years. So it's got that going for it. I've mentioned with previous Call of Duties how I completely lost interest in the multiplayer because it was so laser focused on the kind of person who pretty much only and always plays Call of Duty. But there's something about a good old-fashioned battle royale that evens the playing field in a lot of circumstances. And certainly right now, where everyone's fresh to it and people haven't worked out the best places to snipe on the map, it's quite good. Someone who stopped playing Call of Duty years ago can really clean up at the moment, so that's part of the reason I'm enjoying it. But as I say, battle royales themselves tend to equalize in a lot of situations, especially because cowardice is rewarded, and I am a coward. So hiding is a viable strategy in these games, which is why I tend to survive until the end and then get my head blowed up when I've got to actually fight someone. So most of you will know the basic premise of a battle royale by now. It's like that game you've heard of, Fortnite. The one that's on the telly. You see it on the telly sometimes. It's that one. Big old map, like 100 people or whatever thrown on it. Circle closes around them, otherwise you die in some gas. And then whoever's left standing is the winner. You fight in teams of 3. They call them squads. They're not. So it's you and 2 other players, typically, and you gotta survive. You know. So it's got a little bit of the Apex Legends in it, especially when it comes to being able to respawn back into the map. You do have chances, I mentioned earlier. This is the one interesting thing that Call of Duty does, for me, is the gulag system. And it's not often that you can say that a game's got a praiseworthy gulag system. But when you get killed, you get dragged into the gulag, and then you're forced to fight in a one-on-one battle with someone else who got killed. And whoever wins that can go back into the map. And beyond that, the players can collect cash in the world and use that to buy you back. Though they won't be able to spend the cash on other things, like a gun turret. I was going to say a ton turret. That's not a thing. A ton turret isn't real. That's just something from the imagination. Outside of that, though, Call of Duty Warzone is, well, Call of Duty Battle Royale, which after Fortnite, after Apex Legends, is so dull and devoid of personality, because that's Modern Warfare, that's Call of Duty as a series. Po-faced, humorless, full of miserable, rotten characters with miserable, rotten ethics. And I'm not saying the moment-to-moment gameplay is dull. I mean, if you like battle royales, then this is a serviceable one. But in terms of the atmosphere, the presentation, it's boring. You know, you can get character skins and gun skins, but more than any other game with cosmetic microtransactions, with cosmetic DLC, cosmetic unlocks, unlike any game with any cosmetics, I don't give the first fuck about the ones in this, which may or may not be a good thing depending on your taste for microtransactions. You know, the fact I feel no pressure to spend any money in this game whatsoever, based simply on the fact that I don't give a fuck about anything whatsoever, perhaps makes this the most financially safe game for me to play. Oh, I might get a skin for an M4, or I might get a new fucking colour scheme for this one character who has no persona whatsoever. Excuse me while I do excited farts. So in a way, the fact that Call of Duty Warzone is completely bland is a plus point. It's something in its favour. And as I said, the moment-to-moment gameplay is fine. It's Call of Duty. They've got a baseline level of quality when it comes to first-person shooting. That's all there. Pick up a gun, fire it. Feels quite good in this game. You can get kill streaks, you know, you can unlock those, you can buy those at these little buy stations, you can deploy gun turrets or cool down bombs, you know, the usual Call of Duty stuff that has been applied pretty decently to the Battle Royale format. In terms of it working and running, I mean, I've seen very little connection issues. There was one match I've had with some slowdown that made everything look like the skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts, but outside of that, it's stable enough. Feels good, as I say, with the gunplay and all of that. Looks nice from a sheer technical standpoint. It's just artistically, it's drab and dismal, and when you drop down on the map, you see that it's sectioned off into areas like downtown or the boneyard. It's about as exciting as my seduction techniques, which mostly involve crying. Now, if you do find yourself getting deeply into this game, don't worry, they've got an extensive battle pass, a shop full of shit to buy if you really want to throw money at Activision. I wouldn't advise it, don't encourage them. There are custom loadouts which constantly unlock new guns and stuff for you to secure away. You can customize your kill streaks. There's a lot of stuff to buy off on if indeed you do find yourself engaged by Call of Duty Warzone's not all that engaging ecosystem. Vehicles, do you want them? They got some of them. Car, truck, helicopters. I've been watching episodes of The Sweeney for no reason. I think I had the theme tune stuck in my head for a while. You know how it goes. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's more brass in it than that. That one. I shouldn't be doing that. I don't know if you've noticed, my voice has gone a bit. I think it's because, well, I had that flu all of last week, and stuff's still in the lungs. Really not happy about that. I've got legally obtained materials going begging because my lungs are shit right now. But I think it's all the coughing that's just completely fucked my throat up, because otherwise I'm feeling okay, except for the gunk inside. You know that bit when you've been really sick and then you feel invincible for a few weeks because you're like, my immune system is tip-top right now, as good as it can get. Not that my immune system is all that great. The moment I moved to the United States, I started getting sick all the time and it's never stopped. And that didn't happen to me in the UK. I don't know if I've just had, I had like 20 odd years of immune system built up for UK diseases, and when I moved here I never got used to it. All I know is if I eat a fucking cashew, my immune system jumps right to attention and tries to kill me, and yet it's asleep at the wheel every time there's a bit of a bug going round. The moment coronavirus hits here, I'm done. That's it, the goose is fucking cooked. Anyway, Call of Duty Warzone. It's fine.